Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NTL Showdown. It is the Towanda Lady Knights hosting the small school second place team, the Canton Lady Warriors. It is Coach Clark with you as always, and to my right is Coach Johnson. Coach Johnson, let me start off by asking you how you're doing this evening.
I'm doing all right, Coach. How are you?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. So, the NTL Showdown started a number of years ago where it is the large school champion, which happens to be our Towanda Lady Knights for the third straight year, taking on the small school second place finisher. And in another game at the same time, we're going to have the large school runner-up taking on the small school champion. The winners of these two games will meet in Sayre. I believe I'm going to guess Saturday. It'll be my Saturday night for the NTL Showdown Championship. So Towanda comes in this game at 19-3. Canton comes in this game at 14-8 as they were the runner-ups in small school behind Northeast Bradford. So a real quick rundown of the Lady Warriors on the year. Kind of some of their marquee games. They did lose in the last opponent. Towanda played Troy 30-28. They beat Wyalusing in a close one, 32-31. They lost to Northeast Bradford twice, once 45-19, and the other time was 54-19. And they have played once before against Towanda, and Towanda beat them by 30, 59-29. So, to be completely honest with you, a game that Towanda feels very, very comfortable in playing, but you got to play the game.
Yeah, and on my ride here, I was trying to think of some things, for the Lady Warriors tonight, and just kind of how could they pull this off, and I think number one is it is kind of a nice thing for the Lady Warriors that Towanda did have a game last night, and the game was very physical. It was even though the Lady Knights won pretty comfortably at the end, there was a lot of bodies on the floor. Having back-to-back games, especially coming off a very physical one. If the Lady Warriors can get off to a good start, I think that's going to be important. And I would say the same thing for the Lady Knights. If they can get off to a good start, just put their foot down, grow that 10, 15-point lead. I just don't see where the Lady Warriors can make up that big of a gap offensively against the Lady Knights.
In the boys' side of thing in the NTL Showdown, our Towanda Black Knights did not qualify for that, but they should be recognized for a 30-point win earlier this evening over Williamson. They finished their season at 7-15 in Coach Henry's debut season. But on the boys' side, it is going to be the champion Wyalusing Rams of the small school taking on second-place Athens. And you were right, Coach, it's second-place Canton. They actually knocked off North Penn Liberty last night to take the second seed. They will be traveling to Troy tonight. So if we do get updates on those two games, if you're interested in it, we'll keep you up to tab. So against Troy versus Canton and Athens versus Wyalusing on the boys' side. But we are focusing in on the girls' side as our Lady Knights have qualified for that. I'm going to give a real quick look at the district standings, too, during the right after the national anthem and the alma mater. We'll see where we're at. I haven't looked yet, but I'm curious to see if Towanda jumped Loyal Sock.
Did
you already look?
I didn't, but I did ask Coach Gentile.
Oh.
I know, and as of right now, it's very minuscule, but they are in the third seed.
Okay.
But he did tell me that Williamsport still has to play some common opponent, and Wellsboro's involved, and
it's great. It's so craziness.
Loyal Sox playing this team and that, so there's still some moving parts. But right now, it doesn't look like things are going to move. But there could still be some movement. So it looks like the Lady Knights have a good shot at that third seed because that's what they're in right now.
Okay.
But there is a couple moving parts, so it's very unofficial.
Let's be honest with you. That's where Towanda wants to be. They want to win. If they win their first round, they want to go to Line Mountain. They do not want to go to Bloomsburg.
And I think Hughesville might be involved if they get the third seed, which Hughesville is actually
the sixth seed.
Yeah, but a good sixth seed. So that could be a little bit of a tough one, but. Yeah, the Lady Knights definitely want that third seed. I think would be more beneficial than the fourth.
So the NTL Showdown about ready to begin here. We're going to have the national anthem. I believe the alma mater. I'm not sure about the showdown, but we'll be back to you after that. And again, it is the Towanda Lady Knights hosting the Canton Lady Warriors coming up. All right, NTL Showdown Girls Edition, first round, number 1, Towanda, number 2, small school, Canton. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Lady Warriors. Okay, I did not know that. Their coaches are, wow.
Yep, Coach Aylesworth.
I did not know Aylesworth and Bailey were their coaches. I'll have to go see them. All right, well, anyway, we have number 3, Jaslyn Hickok. We have number 13, Emmy Tymason. We have number 21, Carolyn Thorin. Number 23, Molly Ward. And number 22, Kendall Kitchen. Okay, so the starting lineup again, we have Hickok, we have Kitchen, Tymason, Thorin, and Ward. Coached by Coach Casey Aylesworth and Coach Lucas Bailey. Did not know that. Those are former.
Aylesworth is about the same age as us and had a lot of battles with him.
They both are. They're both our age. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, for the Lady Knights tonight, with number 2, Paige Manchester. Number 22, Bella Hurley. Number 20, Portia Bennett. Number 45, Gracie Schoonover. And number 14, Eliza Fowler.
And, yeah, that's fascinating because it's kind of cool because you had many battles with Aylesworth in basketball, and I had many battles with Bailey in football.
Yeah,
so Bailey and I ended up playing at Mansfield together for a couple years.
I remember a very good game out in Northeast that we lost by 1 years ago. I think my sophomore year, and Aylesworth had a pretty good game in that one.
He would have been a freshman then.
Yeah. Yep.
It was always him and Scott Hakes. They were always the duo all the way up through. And I think there's a Geiger too. Too. That's kind of cool. I really did not know those two were coaching.
Yeah,
so
I think he's been involved in.
I know they were involved. I know Casey was involved. I think Scott was over there too for a while in Canton. I think he might have moved back northeast. But
I think so.
That's cool. I always remember Casey Aylesworth used to always smack because they had those lower backboards that go below the at northeast. Bit. Yeah, he'd always make it a point to smack that every time he went for a block or for a layup. So that's kind of cool connection here for us. So the Lady Knights, familiar lineup. They beat Canton in an earlier matchup by 30 points. That was at Canton, I do believe, as well, because we didn't have the call. I think it was a game at Canton. Mm-hmm. So let's see what the Lady Knights have. Like you said, after a very physical win last night over 6A Williamsport here in the NTL Showdown, Game 1. Now, I don't know, and again, I'm sure I'll get messaged on this. I have no clue if the NTL Showdown counts.
That's a great question.
I don't know if these are exhibition games just for an NTL championship or if these I would assume they're exhibition games, right? Gotta be, right? They don't count. They can't count towards your record.
I wouldn't think so, but I don't know that for sure.
Hickok there with the
this
carry.
This is something that we never really had.
It kind of started with right around Huff, right?
Yeah, I think so.
15, 16. Patented play for the Knights. Shot no good. Good rebound, though, underneath from Schoonover. Her putback is no good, but another rebound, putback no good. Another rebound by Schoonover. I noticed props to it was Paul Lance and Dean Johnson on the call for the boys game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Honestly, I turned into it real quick to see where it was at.
I better wipe my mic down. Dean was on this thing.
I heard Mr. Lance's 2 points there for Portia Bennett. I heard Paul Lance's voice, and I couldn't make out the second voice. I'm like, who is that? I didn't know if it was T. Thompson or somebody. I got to the gym, and I saw Dean sitting here. I'm like, oh, okay. Another steal here for the Knights. That was Schoonover and Hurley. Hurley gets it into Schoonover. Schoonover whips it around to Fowler. Fowler's first shot of the game, long, no good. Looks like it's been a long rebound there by Hickok. So a lot of familiar names that we saw last year for Canton, Thorin, Tymason, and Kitchen.
Wow.
Oh, man. That was like a 5-yard out.
Yes, it was.
Pick 6 right there.
How many,
Portia Bennett.
We haven't talked a lot about the game. We've been talking about some other things, but how many NTL girls basketball players can make that play right there?
She's the best player in the NTL. There's no doubt about it. Not many.
All around.
Just so fast.
Amazing.
And her stride is so long, too.
Nice pass there.
Yep. Found Hickok, and she will be fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. So the first scoring opportunity here for the Lady Warriors.
Yeah, and that's something that we saw the Lady Knights struggle with just a little bit. Even last night in Williamsport.
Those girls were tough.
Having, that baseline drive and having somebody help over on the weak side. We kept getting caught behind the offensive player instead of getting in front of that, taking those passing lanes away. And it didn't end up biting us last night because, as we talked about before, Williamsport did miss some easy shots. But let's see if Canton can cash in. There's one for Hickok.
Gets the friendly roll, so it's 4-1 here. 2 minutes into the game, if you're just joining us, 4-1, Lady Knights lead in the NTL Showdown Game 1. The winner of this game will meet the winner of Northeast Bradford and Athens, right? Northeast Bradford and Athens up in Sayre for a chance at a showdown win. We're going to have a turnover here with the Lady Knights. It'll be taken by Canton, and we're going to have a 30-second timeout from Coach Gentile. 5:52 to go here in the first quarter. 4-1, Towanda, early lead. All right, we are back here off of the turnover. Canton takes possession. Towanda revs up their pressure, but Canton's able, they were able to break it for a second, but good hands by Bella Hurley as she takes it away for the Lady Knights. Let's see what the Lady Knights want to do. Bennett is trying to post up inside, but she was well front guarded there by these years are hard to see. 23, there. Yeah, Ward.
Yeah, good from 21 there. Thorin, she had a nice backside help too.
Yeah, just kind of wait and
that
wait.
Way the lob was taken away.
Yep. Manchester
nice
gets
strong
in.
move.
Yeah.
As a coach, you'd rather see that move right there than some of those scoop shots that Paige likes. She's very capable. Scrum here. On
collision.
Yep.
Call it a jump, though, going to Lady Knights. No, yeah, I agree. And no offense to Canton, this isn't Williamsport's physicality either. I mean, that was crazy last night. Not in a negative way, just how physical Williamsport was. They were tough down low.
Yes, they were.
But Gracie Schoonover and company did what they needed. Yeah, shuffle the feet. They did what they needed to do, though, to survive that game and really pick up a nice double-digit victory.
I mean, I think it's kind of understated how important I think that win was.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it just seemed so lackadaisical, like nobody here. It didn't really matter for the NTL, but like you said, it just mattered so much for points. And like you mentioned, they leapfrogged Sock yet again late in the season. If they can hang on to that 3 seed, it is going to be massive, folks. And we keep saying that. Nice pass by Manchester, shot no good from Bennett. We keep saying that because just how good Bloomsburg is. I mean, Bloomsburg skunked Loyal Sock in their last outing, beat them by like 25 points.
You almost have to, hope that if you're in the other side of the bracket, you can avoid them and maybe someone else knocks them off.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
And I don't know this either, but is it, and you're the expert on this one, is it still just the champion goes to states for District 4?
It was top 3.
But it hasn't been that way because we.
COVID I think changed things.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's right. But so the champ went last year because of COVID, right? Yep. But who knows about this year?
I would assume it'd go top 3 again.
And I'll be honest with you, Towanda has a much better chance because here's the road they might have. That's gonna be a travel on Manchester again, trying to drive. If Towanda ends up being the 4 seed. And hypothetically speaking, you have to play the game. Here's substitutions, by the way, for Brennan, Chacon, and Ishmaelova come in. You got to play the games, but just say Towanda is the 4 seed and they lose to Bloomsburg, 1 versus 4 matchup. Then there's a possibility that they would play Line Mountain for the 3 seed.
Yeah.
If you're the 3 seed, if you lose to Line Mountain, there's a chance you might have to play Loyal Sock.
Yeah.
In that 3rd and 4th game. So really, it's a double-edged sword. What would you rather do? Do you try and beat Line Mountain in the 2-3 matchup, or hope you can upset Bloomsburg or Loyal Sock? Because you're probably going to have both, because you're going to have one or the other, because Loyal Sock will play Bloom if it's 1-4.
Yep.
There's a turnover from Canton, and Towanda remains. 6-1 to score, 3:20 to go in the first quarter.
I think if you,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I think if you have the opportunity to, pick your spot, yes. But, most of the time, hey, we're in it, and it's just like any other tournament in basketball. Just get in, and you never know.
And I don't think there's anyone from Line Mountain watching this. If there is, I apologize. But just from what I gather, District 4 hack, which is the Heartland. Oh, nice shot by by Paige Manchester, in for 2 and 1 opportunity. The District 4 hack conference, which Loyalsock and Bloomsburg both belong to, is harder than Line Mountain's conference.
Yeah.
I mean, Line Mountain, I'm not knocking Line Mountain at all, but that District 4 Heartland conference is, I mean, you got Mount Carmel, who's the defending state champions of that. You got Bloomsburg, you got Loyalsock, you have Lewisburg, you have a bunch of teams, Montoursville, that are tough. Shot no good, rebounded by Hurley, that are really tough programs, and I would rather play an 18-2 Line Mountain rather than a 16-6 Loyalsock.
Oh, 100%.
And we're just talking here, but shot no good from Manchester. We know Coach Gentile knows this, and he's telling his girls, "Hey, we want to be that 3 seed. We want to go to Line Mountain. We don't really want to go to Bloomsburg and then have to try and, if you fall in that game, have to try a play in against probably Loyalsock, honestly." So another substitution here for the Lady Knights is it was a quick break for Bennett and for Fowler. They're back in, replaced by Manchester and by Hurley. So different substitutions tonight for Coach Gentile against Canton than there were last night against Wilpo. So is this an opportunity for Coach Gentile to see different lineups?
I think this might be just an answer to try to keep fresh legs in there because of the back-to-back. And, it was physical like we've talked about early on here. Last night there was a lot of bodies on the floor, so just trying to take care of your girls a little bit. And a lot of those girls, especially Portia Bennett and Paige, played almost every minute of that game.
Had to.
Yeah, and they were exhausted during stretches of that game. So just, finding those substitutions and, keeping some fresh legs out there will only help them.
And with a win, it would be 3 games in 4 nights, too. Because you're going to go, you'd go Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, with just Friday being the off day, and you know they're going to practice. Good take there by Bennett. Up and good. Makes it 10-1. A good start here for the Lady Knights at home against Canton.
Yeah, really nice rip through there. Baseline drive with the left, going strong up with the right hand. Just too quick for the Lady Warriors.
Hickok tries to get over there to number 22. That is Kitchen. Kitchen with the ball right now. Long shot opportunity there from Tymason. No good. Rebounded by Brennan.
Good find.
Yes. Aziz Ismailova into the game, hits a long 2, and it's 12-1 now with just over a minute and change to go.
Yeah, she might not be the tallest or
good shooter,
fastest, but she can shoot the ball.
She sure can. Here's Ward, top of the key for the Lady Warriors. She kicks it over to number 22, Kitchen. Good defense there from Fowler, denying baseline. Here's Hickok, back over to Kitchen again. What do you think? Any relation to Cooper Kitchen?
It has to be, right?
You'd think. That was a really nice pass. Good anticipation there by Bennett. But that pass almost got inside there to number 4? Number 4, Baldwin. Substitution here for the Lady Knights again. Chacona comes out, so does Brennan. In comes Schoonover and Hurley. And out comes Ismailova too, and Paige Manchester back in the game. So 3 substitutes there.
Yep. Back to your starters here, I believe, yeah.
They can play the last 40 seconds. I like the substituting right now from Coach Gentile.
Yep. Nice screen by Eliza Fowler.
Yep. Also good awareness by Manchester. Didn't like what she saw. Pulls it out instead of forcing that 3. They skip it right back over to again. She likes this one, though, and she's long no good. Rebound by Hurley, but she will be called for over the back. $12-1 is our score here. 2 fouls on the Lady Knights, 1 on Canton. Tawana's revving up the pressure, and you almost feel sorry for Canton, like when Bennett is playing defense on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's
she's
the amount
so
of steals
talented
that we've seen this year.
And that's what you right there is what you have to do. You throw it over her head as high as you can. It does go into the hands of Manchester, but she steps out of bounds, and a break for Canton as they will regain possession here. There's head coach Craig Dawsey getting his own seat down there in the bottom left corner.
Already 7 steals for the Lady Knights tonight.
On pace for 28. Whew. It's a good pass there by number 24. That was Brackman. So we are going to have a foul on the Lady Knights, and we're going to have another substitution. That foul is on Hurley. Izmailova will be coming back into the game. Hurley's second, I believe. Yep, her second. Team third. Entry pass goes into the hands of Tymason. Tymason tries to get a shot off. They're going to call that a tie-up, though, and it'll be a jump ball staying with Lady Warriors. Good defense there from Bennett. Got to be intimidating for, I shouldn't say intimidating, but got to be tough for Canton, just knowing you're coming in this game against a 3-time defending NTL champion with 2,000-point scorers on the team.
Yeah, good block there by Manchester on the 3.
Manchester goes for impromptu half court. She might have had another step or two, but her shot is long, no good. So that's the end of the first quarter. The score: the Towanda Lady Knights 12, the Canton Lady Warriors 1. We'll take a minute break. We'll be back for the second quarter. Stick along. All right, we are back here after a good first quarter for Lady Knights, expected.
Yep.
They did what they needed to do. They had some steals, played good defense. Just real tough on the Lady Warriors right now, playing a team like this. But the good news is for Lady Knights is, like you said, they get a chance to throw different lineups out there, keep the ladies fresh, because if they can hold on to this one, they will have another game Saturday.
Yeah, and it'll be against
probably Athens.
Northeast.
Oh yeah, it could be Northeast.
That's a game tonight that would be a fun one to call.
Yes, it would.
I love the change-up that Coach Gentile once in a while will do in that offense, giving Paige an opportunity to play with her back to the basket in the low post.
Yep.
Because
she can do it all.
They don't do it very often. They don't seem to find her when she's on that low block a lot. But when they do, it always ends up being a decent look for them.
So here you go, Coach. The Athens Lady Cats have played Northeast Bradford once this year. Mm-hmm. It was in Northeast, and it was a 52-46 loss. Yeah. Northeast beat Athens. Yep.
Well, or Athens beat Northeast.
No, Northeast beat Athens.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Nice steal there by Manchester.
She will go to the line and shoot 2 more. Yeah, Northeast, after they lost to us, they went on a roll.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Well, right now Northeast is 19-3, 11-0 in conference. Yeah, they did not lose after they lost to Lady Knights, I don't think. Let me check here. They lost to Susquehanna early. They lost to Towanda by 5, and then they went on. Oh, they did. Well, they lost to Bloomsburg. 67-35.
Wow.
But that's the only game they've lost since their loss to us. They've won 16 of their last 17 games going into tonight. So like you said, that both shots good for Manchester. By the way, that might be the game tonight, boys and girls side, really. Sam, that's your job. That would be really cool if we could get updates on somehow, if you can find out updates on the Northeast Athens girls game, that would be awesome. Oh, it's in Northeast, isn't it? Probably won't get any updates. There's a nice steal in for 2. Goes Bennett, 17-1. That's the problem. Yeah, it's in Northeast. There probably won't be any service. So Towanda up by 16 here, a minute into the second quarter. Another steal from Bennett, who's just making this look easy. Ooh. Oh, her shot, though, is no good. But great hustle by Izmailova to corral that back in the hands of Bennett. Bennett gets it out to Manchester, and Manchester's going to kind of settle it down a little bit. I think Coach Gentile agrees, and they will kick it out. I'm a massive fan of Coach Gentile's coaching.
Yeah, he does a great job.
He really does. Called travel here in Bennett. Keeps a pretty cool demeanor. Gets after the girls when they need to get after. He calls timeouts at the at really good times. Good basketball coach. So we could have, again, I don't want to keep jumping ahead here. We could have 20-3 Towanda versus 20-3 Northeast in a rematch. 2 undefeated NTL teams.
Yeah, no,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, it should be a great game. Northeast played Towanda real tough.
They were smoking us at the beginning of that game. There's a turnover by Canton back to Towanda. Just a 6-point win. That's the closest win of the year for Lady Knights. They had 3 losses, obviously, but that could be a fun one. I have to check and see where. Oh, there's a guy steal there from number 23, I think that is. That's Ward. I was complaining the other night about how hard it was to see Troy's. Canton's jerseys are even harder. Jump ball there. Hickok gets it tangled up, and it's going to be the stay with Canton. Substitution here for the Lady Warriors. Out comes Ward. In comes number 21. That is Thorin back in.
A little bit of pressure here from the Lady Knights.
The old-fashioned side-out play. Yep. Here's Kitchen. And Kitchen got caught with – she had 2 options there. Yep. Either she could travel or throw it to Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett up to 4 steals already, 8 points, 2 rebounds.
3 fouls apiece as well, or 3 fouls apiece as well.
Oh, shoot it, Gracie.
Instead it goes to Fowler. Her 3's no good. Nice rebound, though, from Gracie Schoonover. Her shot's no good. Rebounded underneath the net by number 4, Baldwin. And we are going to have, is that a foul on Fowler? Yeah, I think so. Yep. So number 14, Fowler with a foul there. That's the 4th team foul on the Lady Knights, 3 on the Lady Warriors. 17-1 to score, 5:22 to go here in the first half. Just got an update here from Coach Larkham out there, who said that Ty Barrett just broke Troy's all-time scoring record.
Wow.
And Troy is putting it right to Canton right now, up 26-10. What you'd expect, that's pretty, yeah.
They, I'll give Coach Renzi out in Troy a lot of credit. Every year, he's one of those coaches that as the year goes on, his boys get better and better and better. Even if Troy's having a slightly down year,
yeah,
by the end of
I
the
agree
year,
with you on that. Yep.
They're always playing well. I always thought that about, even Canton,
Northeast Bradford.
Coach Kitchen.
Or Northeast Mansfield. Or North Penn Mansfield.
Yep,
Jeepers.
they always start playing really well at the end of the year.
That's
Coach
good.
Renzi
Like
does
you
a
said,
good job.
that's good coaching, right?
Yep. Tough shot there by Page. Little one-footed fadeaway there.
And it's rebounded by Baldwin. The other way comes Hickok right now, 17-1. Canton lines up a 3, does Hickok, left wide open. Her shot's no good. Chacona got a hand on it, but it's going to go out of bounds off of her. It's staying with the Lady Warriors. Just taking a peek here back at the girls' standings right now. I just want to see where Northeast Bradford is as far as the. Here's Kitchen as far as their playoff standings. Thorin kind of gets stuck under the net with Manchester, and it's going to end up being a travel back to Towanda. Yeah, Northeast Bradford right now is currently. Wow, they're AA in girls basketball? They are. They're the 4th. Oh, my goodness gracious.
You're thinking out loud here, Coach.
Wow, the 2A girls bracket. You have number 1, Manchester 3, no good. You can take this for a second, the action. Number 1, Southern Columbia, 20-1. Number 2, Mount Carmel area, the defending state champions, 18-3. Number 3, South Williamsport, 18-3. Number 4, Northeast Bradford, 19-3.
Wow.
Number 5, Muncie, 18-3. Number 6, Millville, 17-5. That is a tough bracket right there.
Is.
Wow. So girls AA. That second round of games will be a lot of fun. Nice pass from Manchester. Good find for Bennett. She rolls it in. It is a 19-1 lead here with 3:45 to go in the first half. Towanda on cruise control, looking to punch their ticket to the NTL Showdown Championship. And I don't know this, but I would assume they're 3rd in 3 years. And we're going to have a travel by Baldwin. Another turnover for the Lady Warriors.
Yeah,
So
I have them down for 12 turnovers here in about a quarter and a half. That's going to be a tough place to be going into Towanda against the Lady Knights.
do you want to know another tough place to be, Coach Johnson?
Yes.
As of right now, Canton is the 7 seed in 2A at 14-8. And as of right now, they are heading to the defending state champions, Mount Carmel.
Oh, boy. Great rebound there from really the Lady Knights. Nice passing. Chacono had a nice pass to Bella Hurley that just missed. Portia Bennett patting the stats a little bit. 2 rebounds.
There's a
nice 3 there.
That was a nice one there. Number 3, that was 24. Yes, it was. That was Sammy Brackman. Makes it 21-4. But as soon as we get that off, another shot from Portia Bennett goes in, and it's 23-4. And we are going to have a timeout here from Coach Aylesworth. 2:52 to go here in the first half. 19-point lead for the Lady Knights. All right, we are back here as Canton inbounds. Right now they have in number 20, Davey, number 4, Baldwin, number 24, Brackman, number 22, that is Kitchen, and number 23, Ward. Down deep go the Warriors. She kind of had a scoop shot that, but it does hit off the wire, and it's going to be another, I think not turnover, but another.
Yeah, that's a turnover.
Is it?
It's out of bounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but off of a shot?
Yeah. As soon as it hits that, so yeah.
So if you airball a shot and it goes out of bounds, that's a turnover? I don't know. I'm asking you.
Well, that one you probably
that
give
okay.
up.
I got what you're saying. If it hits a structure, though, it's a turnover. All right, so in right now for the Lady Knights, we have Manchester, Chacona, Brennan, Hurley, and here is Bennett with the ball. She takes one dribble drive step, goes with left hand, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Knights.
Well, those are the ones that a little confusing for me when we see that from time to time from Paige.
They scoop
the Portia, the scoop shots. There's times where that works, but that one, you have great position. Just launch over a little bit.
You don't need to do that against Canton. Yeah, you're right. Yep, I agree. Just go up strong. And we are going to have a timeout here from Coach Gentile. Didn't like what he saw. Just going to be a 30-second one. We'll stay here for a second. We got 1:59 to go. Like we had mentioned earlier, this is the first round. Second round will be, the championship, I should say, will be Saturday night in Sayre. I don't know what the order is. I'm going to take a guess. I'm sure it's probably not right, but I would assume girls would be at 6, boys 7:30 maybe.
Yep.
That's usually the format that they follow. Could be a really fun night of basketball. The Lady Knights are well on their way right now, up by 19 after about a quarter and 3 quarters. That makes sense.
And I'm not downplaying anybody's talent levels or anything like that, but you would assume that Athens takes care of business tonight versus
no, Athens would have Northeast.
Tonight?
Yeah, Athens is.
No, I mean I'm on the boys' side.
Oh, on the boys' side, it's Athens is playing
Canton.
Correct? Yep.
Yeah. Or
There's
no.
Brennan.
They're playing Wyalusing. They'd be playing.
Okay, yes. Athens and Wyalusing. You're right. Canton's playing Troy at Troy. That's right. That's right.
Who got that one, Coach?
Brennan with the 3. Yep. So this will not be Tawanda's last home girls game of the year. They will have at least one district game here. Well, I guess they only have one. Yeah, that was Baldwin again. So number 4, that's Alexis Baldwin. She's showing some pretty good things here tonight. She also hustles back quickly on defense.
Yeah, that would have been a layup for Portia Bennett if she didn't hustle back. So
especially the way that Manchester passes the ball. But it's a layup anyway as Portia Bennett gets inside the left block and puts it up for 2 more. 28-6 here, just about the minute mark of this one.
Yeah, as I was saying, though, as we watch Ward here drive and kick, um, you got to assume that Athens wins tonight.
Over Wyalusing, yeah.
And you never know.
And Wyalusing a little bit.
Yep.
Wyalusing beat Athens.
Did they?
They did beat. That
So,
was one of their remember that one? Yeah, that was.
But you assume maybe Athens versus the champs Troy here. We've heard Troy's taking care of business.
Yep, up big. And that was the last game that kind of decided the NTL a 70-60 game. That could be a real fun one Saturday night.
Yeah, there's going to be some good basketball out there on Saturday.
I like that it's in. I mean, I liked when it was in Mansfield too, but I like that it's in Sayre. Tough gym to play in, very neutral because Sayre's not in it. So I mean, it's obviously a quick drive for Athens, but not too far for Troy. And then Towanda and I'm assuming either that's got to probably be Northeast or Athens. Not too far for them either.
See if the Lady Knights hold for one here.
Look like it right now. I guess so. Ishmaelova. She gets into the paint. Goes off of a Lady Warrior, though. Just bad luck. And here come Lady Warriors. See if they'll get the last shot now. Kitchen gets it up. We have another three-point attempt here. Off the mark, though, there by number 24. That was Brackman. And it's going to stay with – I'll go to the Lady Knights.
We're going to have possibility here. Eliza Fowler with a
roll it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I like that, though.
Here we go.
Come on now.
Oh, man. A lot of mustard on it, but the shot is off to the left. That is the end of our first quarter in the NTL Showdown first round. It is the number 1 seeded large school champion Towanda Lady Knights 28 and the visiting second seeded small school runner-up Canton Lady Warriors 6. We'll take about a 5-minute break here. We'll come back with our scores, what we have up here, and a look ahead to the rest of this tournament, as well as where district seeding is falling in. So, again, 28-6, stick with us. All right, after a half of basketball, the Towanda Lady Knights, if you're joining us, are leading this one 28-6, comfortably with a 22-point lead. All things going well for Towanda. They had the opportunity to have different looks. Both their scorers, Manchester and Bennett, are playing well. They're resting up and getting ready for a possible showdown with either Northeast Bradford or Athens Saturday night in the NTL Showdown Championship. So, Coach, do you want to take a rundown of what we have as far as scoring in this one?
Yeah, for the Lady Warriors, we have Jasmine Hickok, number 3, with 1 point, Alexis Baldwin, number 4, with 2, and Sammy Brackman, number 24, with 3 points. For the Lady Knights, Aziza Ismailova, number 10, with 2 points, Destiny Brennan, number 3, with 3, and Paige Manchester with 7 points, and Portia Bennett leads the Lady Knights with 16 points, 4 steals, and 4 rebounds.
All right, I do have one update. I'm going to look for the other one, too. Thank you to Morning Time Sports. The Athens boys are leading the Wyalusing Rams at halftime in the NTL Showcase game 39-31.
Okay.
So, good
Plenty
game.
Of time in that game.
Yep, so Athens is ahead in that one, 39-31. I do not have a report from the Northeast Bradford Athens girls game right now. I do have one for the boys, though. At halftime, yikes, it is Troy 42, Canton 23. So a 20-point lead for Troy. So if things hold up just like you thought, it's going to be the Troy Trojans versus the Cats in the boys game.
And I think those are the two of probably at least the top 3 teams.
With Wellsboro.
Overall. Yeah, Wellsboro I think is right there too. But Troy is just a little level above just basically everybody around
I agree.
here. So, there's some good basketball right now, and hopefully we have another good half of basketball here for you guys between the Lady Knights and Lady Warriors.
Thank goodness for Mr. Dennis Peachy.
Yeah?
He comes in clutch so
Does
often.
he? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Peachy. Superintendent Peachy says it is right. This is shocking to me. Athens leads Northeast Bradford in the girls' game at halftime, 16-10.
Wow.
So,
low scoring, defensive. Yep. That's the Athens brand right there.
It is, and that's what their money is. So, I mean, holding Northeast Bradford to 10 points, I mean, they had like 30 on Towanda at halftime, like 20, high 20s, I think it was. So, we'll try to keep you updated again. Thank you, Mr. Peachy, for that update. So, the Lady Cats right now are actually leading Northeast Bradford, and that honestly might be a good thing for Towanda.
Yeah,
I think Towanda matches up better against Athens than they do
too.
Against Northeast. So, we'll see if that game holds up. And Mr. Peachy, if you're still listening, you can hear. Oh, there's this one off the face on accident.
Oops.
If you're still listening out there, Mr. Peachy, we love updates if you are able to get those for us, and I'm sure the people do as well.
It's for the people.
For the people, Mr. Peachy, for the people. Just underway, second half. If you're joining us, 28-6, 22-point lead for Lady Knights, trying to get the mercy rule in effect here and cruise to the NTL Showdown Championship Saturday.
Good ball movement here early on from Canton.
Looking for their shot. Ward, dangerous pass to Hickok. Hickok can't corral it, though. It's going to fall into the waiting hands of Manchester. And it is going to be a turnover. Here's Hurley, but she
does it almost every time. I'm not going to.
You see Coach Gentile's face?
Yeah.
Hands right to the face. Yeah. He's like, oh.
It does happen a lot, and she usually does get away with it, but that time the official got her with a little shuffle there.
It brought back memories of me. So I used to play at the YMCA. I still do, but I used to play at the YMCA all the time with Mr. Ron Huff and Noah and Casey Huff. And Ron Huff, in a nice way, he wasn't being mean or anything. He'd tell me every single time you shoot, Jordan, you travel. And I know I do. I just, whatever. It's the Y.
Nice take there. Coast to coast.
Steal and score makes it 30-6 now. 6:51 to go in the quarter. Towanda has ramped up their defense and cruise control in this one. This gym's pretty loud for there not being many people here tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, Canton couldn't travel too awful well as they had the big boys game with Troy, which Troy is comfortably in the lead of that one. I'm sure it'll be a real fun crowd Saturday night up in Sayre.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if those girls fans stayed and watched the boys game, too.
Could be
vice
Athens
versa.
Boys and Athens girls up there that night, too. So
Athens
will be traveling well.
Long trip from Athens to Sayre.
The walkover.
Schoonover kicks it back out here. Towanda works the ball around. Here's Manchester did the same thing as she's Been called for that a few times tonight. The on the gather, shuffling the feet, and it's a travel. Hickok gives it back to Kitchen. Kitchen will bring it down the court here for the Lady Warriors. Also in the game right now, they have Thorin, number 21. They have 13. That is Tymason, and they have 23. That is Ward. So the original 5 starters for the Lady Warriors.
Good hedge on that screen by Paige Manchester, allowing Eliza Fowler to get back on number 22 there, Kitchen.
And we're going to have a 5-second count here. It's going to be on Kitchen. Turnover back to the Lady Knights again. So good defense by the Lady Knights, not letting her to break the count.
You know, believe it or not, turnovers aren't that big of a difference here. 15 I have for Canton and 10 for Towanda. But you know, it's always
the
power
points.
The turnovers.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
There's been a lot of steals for Towanda and
coast to coast.
You know, more throwing it out of bounds. If you're the Lady Knights, those are the types of turnovers, or travels, where it's not that live action turnover.
Where you can set your defense back up.
Nice take here. Good find.
Oh, that's a wonderful find. Good, yes. Bennett finds Schoonover there on the drive, and she puts it in for 2. Give the assist to 20 and the bucket to 45. 5 minutes to go here, third quarter, 32-6 is the score. That was a travel, too. They let it go, though. Here's Hickok, guarded there by Hurley. Hickok tries to turn the corner, and we're going to have a hand check. That's going to go on Hurley. Hurley didn't agree with the call. I think that's her 3rd foul, too, on number 22.
Yeah, it's tough. She was working hard to keep that ball in front of her, too.
It is the first team foul on the Lady Knights, and like I said, it is the 3rd on Hurley, so she has to play smart now against Hickok. There's a good pick there, and her attempted.
Oh, my.
Oh, dear. Hickok was just barreled down by Schoonover, and we have a couple of hurt Lady Knights, if you could believe it. It's actually Manchester, who I think she got poked in the eye.
I was going to say, so something hit in the face, nose.
Was that friendly fire? Was that Schoonover's hands coming down?
Yeah.
And maybe. Or it might have been, I don't know, who it was Hickok. Was that just her arm kind of frailing out after getting blocked there? Anyway, though, Manchester seems to be okay. It just looks like a poke to the eye, so she needs a minute there to kind of recover. In for her comes Brennan.
Yeah, she's in some pain. She is grabbing that right eye, too, so you'd think it's a poke in the eye. Or
Man, those things are painful, too.
Yes, they are.
Captain Insano was actually known for the poke of the eye.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
Bobby Boucher used that.
Right on. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. He
Yeah.
used it on him, right?
Yeah.
Compliments of Captain Insano. That's right. 3-point attempt there is no good from Hurley. Long rebound from the backside by Ward. Here comes Kitchen, bringing it back down for the Lady Warriors. She finds Baldwin, fresh into the game, Brackman, number 24. She tries to give it back inside, but it's going to be an errant pass out of bounds back for the Lady Knights. Is that the greatest golf movie, or is that the greatest football movie of all time? The Waterboy? We just had this discussion the other day.
A little pick play here for Bella Hurley for 3. Banks it home.
I know.
All
right.
No.
Give me your top 5.
I don't have a top 5.
Well, give me your top 3. Top 3 best football movies of all time. I know it's basketball, but you got me going. Don't say it in such disgust. Good team.
Oh, we got a foul.
All right, let's have more fun this way.
Right.
Give me your favorite sports movie of every sport.
Oh man, that's tough.
There we go. So you get your basketball. You get
basketball
your
is Hoosiers.
I knew you were going to go with Hoosiers.
You just can't get better.
Dude, can I blow everyone's mind at home? I've never seen Hoosiers.
Okay, I thought you were going to say like Air Bud or something.
That's football.
I remember the Titans would be the movie football-wise that if I had to watch a football movie over and over again, that'd be my one.
It's everyone's one.
High-low.
Nice.
Reverse.
Mercy rule should be in effect now as it's 37-6 now. Do you know my favorite football movie?
Baseball would be.
Can I do my football movie?
Yeah. Sorry.
We Are Marshall.
Okay.
All time.
Yeah.
Favorite football movie. All right, baseball movie. I know it's going to be. Can I guess yours? Man, Gracie Schoonover's having a block party. Take her down to Bloom. She's having a block party.
There you go. Just thinking it. I wasn't going to say it. But.
Your baseball movie is going to be Major League.
mean, that's a great movie.
I knew it was going to be the answer.
If I had to watch these movies over and over, yeah, probably.
I can't think of it.
Hockey would be the miracle. But
that's a great
Olympics,
movie.
That's wonderful.
I can't think of another hockey movie besides that, though. Can you?
Mighty Ducks.
Oh, man, that just changed it. Well, now I'm going to go Mighty Ducks 2
There you go.
with Iceland. Man, that was a good one.
Nice defense.
That was
there.
good defense, but a little bit too much.
Actually, that could have been offensive there. A little extension of the arm from Bennett.
Yeah, but they are going to get 23. That's Ward. I forgot all about the Mighty Ducks. How about the what's the Goon? Goon
That was
one.
a good movie.
I like Goon.
That was with Sean William Scott.
Yep.
Correct? Yeah.
Yep. Stifler. Man, I don't know.
Wide open in the post.
But that's just how quick Bennett can respond. Oh, man, almost still goes. And are we going to have another foul? Nope, we're going to have that ball out of bounds on the Lady Warriors. Substitutions here for Tawanda as Chacona and Ishmaelova will come back into the game. Oh, my mom had a good one for baseball. She just sent me a Field of Dreams.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good answer. Yeah, Sam Devani agrees over here, our tech guy. Quick thumbs up. It's a great movie. The Rookie, I like The Rookie only because it's based on the Devil Rays, and that's my favorite baseball team.
I mean, Rookie of the Year. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a good one. How about golf? Happy Gilmore?
If you've never heard of hot ice before, it's just when you heat up the ice cubes.
Hot ice. The best of both worlds.
All right, back to action here.
I can't because Mr. Peachy just sent me Young Blood for hockey and Vision Quest for wrestling. I'm going to be honest with you, Mr. Peachy, I've never heard of either of those.
Yeah, neither have I. Nice block there by Portia Bennett.
Oh, what's that one? The Hammer. That's a good movie. You ever watched The Hammer? The wrestling one? That's a good one.
Oh, nice pass.
Chacona
up strong there.
She finds Brennan. Why not if you can do that?
I mean,
so many weapons on this Lady Knights team. It's 40-6 now with a minute left, under a minute left here in the third quarter.
You know, I know we used to say it a lot last year with Bella Hurley, but Destiny Brennan's kind of taking on that role of just, hey, when I'm in the game, if I catch it and I have some space, I'm going to shoot the thing.
Yep.
And she is definitely reaping
Who'd you say
benefits.
reminds you of?
Bella Hurley last year. Every time I felt like Bella caught it last year, it was going up.
Oh, yeah. You know who else? She kind of takes another basket there for Bennett. She kind of takes the spot of Amanda Horton's three-point shooting last year. She was literally that specialist. She was a good defender too, but she was that specialist. And you got Brennan and you got Hurley can both, and Fowler really. They can all pop the three. And obviously, Manchester can whenever she feels like it. And we're going to have a block. They're going to have to stop the clock though for the free throws. I think they will now with 5.5 to go. And 2 shots will go for number 22, Kendall Kitchen.
Damn, just a little injury update. It looks like Paige Manchester was taken back to the trainer's room to kind of get that eye or
the medical tent.
Yep, got it over the medical tent, and so she's no longer on the bench. So we're likely probably not to see her back in this game, regardless. But just something to keep an eye on. No pun intended.
First shot was good from Kitchen. Second one was not good, but we do have an offensive board here for Lady Warriors. They're able to shoot one more three, but that three-ball attempt from Baldwin is no good. And that will be perfect score. And that will be the end of the third quarter. It is the Towanda Lady Knights 42, the visiting Canton Lady Warriors 7. We'll be back for the final quarter in this one, and we'll talk about possible matchups in the NTL Showdown coming up in a minute. right, we do also have some updates around the area. Thank you to Mr. Peachy and others who are kind of keeping us in the loop. Hard to do here while we're calling the action, but we do not have an update right now from Athens and Northeast. So last time we checked, the girls were up 16-10. Do have an update on the boys' games, though. Right now, the Athens Wildcats and the Wyalusing Rams are in a tight one. So Wyalusing actually upset Athens earlier this year. And they are currently, it's 57-53 Athens going into the fourth quarter. So a tight one there. We'll see if Wyalusing can spring that upset again. That would be a big one.
Is going to come down to the end right there. That's going to be a great game to watch if you have an opportunity.
Get on. Yep, this game, after this game maybe. And then the other game, the boys, Canton kind of closed the gap a little bit. Troy leads, though, 51-38. So a possibility of a Troy-Athens game like we mentioned here.
Shot,
Alana Ayers comes into the game, and the freshman, I believe, number 21, puts it in for a long deuce. 44-7. Right now for the Lady Knights, we have Hakes, we have Ismailova, we have Brennan, we have Ayers, and we have Chacona. For the Lady Warriors, we have number 24, Baldwin. That's a nice ball fake, but the shot no good by number 21. That is Thorin. We have Kitchen. That's Kapachuk. It is. Number 2, Kapachuk into the game. And playing defense right now, that is Thorin. A double dribble here on the Lady Knights.
Yeah, that was one of those. If you're Alana Ayers, let that one loose as soon as just a catch and shoot.
Especially after you hit the last one, right? Heat check. So the clock's going to run here as the mercy rule is in effect, but a good opportunity for these some of these bench players here for Lady Knights to get some action in the NTL Showdown. Manchester has emerged from the injury tent, and she's back on the bench with her teammates.
Her warm up on. So
yeah, I think we're going to call it a
done
day.
for the evening.
Yep. Brennan gets the turnover there on the errant entry pass. So here comes Ismailova, gets it up to Hakes, and Hakes takes a step before the dribble, and it's going to be a travel back to Canton. I'd love to watch Babcock versus Isaiah Way.
Yeah, that'd
be a cool matchup.
It is a good matchup.
They both have size. They're both great shooters. Both good passers. It makes a huge difference, the fact that it's in Wyalusing, too.
Yes, it does.
If it was in Athens, I don't think it'd be going the way it's going, but
that's a tough place to play.
Very, very. Small gym.
Yep. Everybody's kind of on top of you as, players and coaches.
Yep.
It's nice because the gym's always real loud. Nice steal. Oh, big collision there. Yep. We got a
Kitchen.
A head-to-head here.
Yeah, Kitchen took the brunt of that one. She's just taken a second. Yeah, and they're going to – Mr. Official's actually going to stop and make Kitchen come out for a second here. She took a shot to the head. So a round of applause there for number 22, Kendall Kitchen. She'll come off. Tough getting up just so quickly like she did. Hickok will come back in for her. Always scary when it's a head like that, when it's head-to-head stuff like that.
I got my first concussion in basketball because that same type of thing, diving after a loose ball and
look at this.
Heads.
I was going to say this was Brennan was coming full speed, but number 2, Kapachuk, was able to kind of run that down and at least force the backcourt, so it wasn't a turnover, or it wasn't a fast break for Lady Knights. So they will inbound here. It's Ismailova with it right now. We're up very quickly, under 4.5 to go here in the final quarter. If you're just joining us, Towanda has had the lead throughout. There's a good move by Athena Chacona getting down in, using the momentum of the pass to get lower in the block, and she's in for 2. 46-7, Towanda, big lead.
Yeah, good to see some, a little bit more depth in the scoring from from last night.
Yeah.
For a Lady Night too. They only had 4 scorers.
Crazy.
To get that 48 points last night against Williamsport. Tonight, we got 7 scores for the Lady Knights, so definitely a little bit more balanced.
Ismailova tried to get a hand in there, but she'll be called for a foul, and it's going to be Jasmine Hickok going to the line to shoot 2. Reminder, for the mercy rule, the clock will stop for all free throws and all timeouts. it'll be running beyond that with out of bounds and things of that nature. First shot for Hickok is up and it's good. She'll have one more. And we'll have substitutions for the Lady Warriors. Kind of emptying their bench a little bit.
I think some of the, well, I don't know. Do we have any starters out there for the Warriors?
Hickok, she was a starter,
Okay.
number 3. But we have Hickok. We have number 4, that's Baldwin. We have number 20, that is Davy. She played a little bit earlier.
Yep. Number 4, Baldwin, you said? Yeah.
Yep. Number 13, Tymoson's still in there. She was a starter. And we have one more girl. That's another good take by Chacona, no good. And 23, Ward. So, yeah, they do have 3 of their starters in with 2 bench players, but they've been mixing pretty well. 46-9, under 3.5 to go now.
Yeah, good to see Athena Chacona being aggressive offensively. Sometimes I think she has some opportunities that she tends to pass up, but good job by her being aggressive.
Getting some confidence. Oh, good anticipation from Brennan. She steals that one away, goes in hard, and she will draw the foul. That foul is on Hickok. Foul situation right now, 6 for the Lady Knights, only 1 for, actually that was the second one for the Lady Warriors. Good news is the trainer is kind of walking away from number 22, Kendall Kitchen, so she looks like she's going to be okay. First free throw attempt from Brennan is long, no good. She'll have one more. If she's a Kitchen, she's probably pretty tough.
Yep.
Second shot from Brennan, long, no good. Rebounded there by Ward.
You know, Destiny, next time just go to the top of the key. Hit the 3 for the free throws.
Right. It's your specialty. That'd be pretty baller if she backed up 3 steps and shot it
that'd
from
be
back
pretty
there.
cool, yeah.
Plays good D there. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Warriors. We have about 2.5 to go here now. Three-point attempt there from number 20, Davy, no good. Rebounded by Hakes, and I think we're going to have a foul. We are, and we'll stay with the Lady Knights. Rookie of the Year. Forgot all about that.
God, it's such a great movie.
Oh, man.
It's so bad. It's so good.
It's terrible.
It's so good. I will say, though, Miracle would be in probably my top 5 just sports movies.
That's
just
saying
overall.
something.
Yeah,
There's so many good
just
ones.
a great movie.
It's crazy when you ask a question like that on the spot, too, and how many movies you forget until someone says them to you.
Yep.
You're like, well, that's in mine. Well, that's in mine. That's in mine. I'm telling you, one movie I always give a plug to that didn't get the publicity that I thought it would. And I know I talked about it with you guys all the time in our group chat, but When the Game Stands Tall.
Yeah, see, that's one I think I've seen once.
With the
And
De
I've never
La
seen
Salle.
We Are Marshall.
Oh, my man.
Yeah, so-
With McConaughey.
Yeah. All right.
It literally talks just like that in that because they're from West Virginia accents. 46-9, minute to go.
Nice take there by Tymoson.
Yep.
Just a little long.
And we'll draw the foul. I think it's on the floor. That's what he called. It's going to be on Hakes.
Yeah, we got a 1-on-1
Oh, yeah,
situation,
that is
though.
the 7th one, yep. We're under a minute. That was the second foul on Hakes, by the way. Not going to matter, but 1-on-1 situation here for, is that Ward, 23? Can't tell with the hair. Yep, Ward. So Molly Ward will shoot a 1-and-1, and she'll make the first, and she'll get one more. Double digits hit for Canton in this one. That's nice to see. Didn't get any more updates from around, but might want to. Second one's also good from Ward. I'm going to keep an eye on that Athens-Wyalusing game, man. I'm interested in that one. See how that one ends up.
Yeah, and winding it down here the last under a minute. There could be some scoring here, but for Canton tonight, we had Molly Ward, number 23, have 2 points, and Kendall Kitchen, number 22, have 1 point. Jasmine Hickok, number 3, had 3 points. Alexis Baldwin, number 4, had 2. And Sammy Brackman, number 24, had 3 points. Leading scorer for the Lady Knights tonight was Portia Bennett with 20 points. Bella Hurley, number 22, had 3. Paige Manchester had 9. Gracie Schoonover, number 45, had 2 points. Destiny Brennan, number 3, had 6. Athena Shakona, number 52, had 2. And Alana Ayers, number 21, had 2 points to round it out for the Lady Knights. Good take here. Oh, big block.
Yep, Chacona got all ball. That was a quiet 20 points. Not real quiet, but quiet 20 points from
16
Bennett.
in that first half. That set the tone.
It did. And that is going to be the end of our ball game, as it's going to be the Towanda Lady Knights, the number 1 seed, knocks off the number 2 seed in the small school, the Canton Lady Warriors, 46-11, a 35-point win, pretty similar to their first matchup this year. And they will advance to the NTL Showdown Championship game, which will be Saturday night in Sayre. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you, whether it is the Athens Lady Cats or the Northeast Bradford Lady Panthers, that might be an event you might want to go to Saturday night, as also you'll have either the Athens Wildcats or the Wyalusing Rams playing host to the Troy Trojans in that one. So the Towanda Lady Knights, I don't know it's officially, but I think it's their 3rd straight Showdown championship appearance.
To be,
they've been in it obviously 3 years because they've been the champs, but looking for another NTL Showdown championship, and they will go into that against either Northeast, who gave them a great game, or their rival, the Athens Wildcats. But we are done here tonight. So for Coach Clark to my left and Coach Johnson, or for Coach Clark to my left, for Coach Clark and Coach Johnson, technically I'm to my own left, to my right, have a great night, and we will see you probably at districts.
Yeah, definitely.
Take care.